What's this image have to do with Way of the Hunter, you might ask? I don't know, I'm tired. Have a Jedi puppy dog. You know what? Have another one. This one's got a dual lightsaber thing here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. That's right, another Way of the Hunter video. Back-to-back videos. My schedule is completely messed up now. And I just need a bit of a relaxing hunt, do a bit of a recording here. Check out the new, now it's a new feature of update 1.23. The discussion I had in the last video there about my concerns of it being a bug. A bunch more info has come out on this topic with well, in regards to the increased range of the audio cue in the HunterSense. Oh, there's one now. If I can find it. It's still hard to kind of pinpoint the direction they're coming from. Oh, this one's normal though. 180 to 200 meters. I got some elk to start off here. And no, there's not going to be any more Jedi puppy dogs. Sorry. But yeah, I'm sort of really excited to play Way of the Hunter right now because of this change. Completely surprised by it. So much so that I thought it was a bug, and everybody kind of thought it was a bug. Just can't do anything at the moment here until they calm down. But I don't know. I can't quite remember how much details I had in the last video. I wasn't really too much. I was just kind of guessing. Yeah, at the end of the video, I was trying to get it confirmed from the community manager exactly what's kind of going on with the increased HunterSense range. So if you don't know, a change happened on the developer build of Way of the Hunter here, where these little audio bubbles that were just up here, the range that you can detect them and hear calls from the animals has been increased to approximately 360 meters to 380 meters, so nearly 400 meters. And I have some information about it because I sorted most of it out through discussions on Discord and whatnot. So this was a change that they were planning to do. Just it's I don't quite know how it slipped in and got into the dev build early. But it is here now, and I'm guessing it's here to stay. It seems like since it's in, it's going to stay here. So it is actually an intended change they were planning on doing, and there's a few reasons why, which were not apparent at first. And right now, whether this change is good or bad, that's sort of up for the player to decide. For me, it's kind of made it really interesting. I haven't done a whole lot of playing around with it, but the whole reserve seems a lot more alive. But before I get into the more details of the sort of the pros and cons of this change, and sort of from my understanding of what the developer's philosophy is behind this change, I'm just going to sort of give a little brief rundown what the hunt is going to be, because I'm going to hunt at the same time. Need to get some nice little relaxing hunting in. Quite a while ago, I asked a bunch of, well, in the YouTube video, I asked, well, Discord in the comment section, what sort of hunts that people enjoy doing, and I was repeating a few. There's a few I have to revisit too, but I did get to most of them. But one person, sorry, I can't remember the name. I did one of their hunts, but they actually suggested two. The other one was White Pine Orchard, but there wasn't too many details to the hunt. But I do remember this one. This was kind of a favorite area of mine. This is like Elk Lake here, and then you got this big popular lake down here. And I haven't done it in a while, so I figured I'd just go up north through it here and see how this new extended range of detection for the animals calling affects the hunt. Sort of just test it out a bit and sort of show everybody, you know, what sort of things you can encounter here. You also notice in the top right that it says Rocky Mountain elk now, not just elk, so they have sorted out all that now. I'm also probably going to end up spooking these guys, because even though I'm on default difficulty, it's still a real challenge to get close to elk. I don't have the call with me. But yeah, so pros and cons of this thing. I'll do the negatives to this change so far. We haven't really had it for very long, of course. It's about 24 hours. But there isn't too many negatives really to this. The first negative is it does make the game easier. So if you one of the people that are like really make the game harder, don't use this drone cam, all that kind of stuff. Um, there's the hardcore ranger players. This sound increase does make the game overall easier, just because you're going to get more calls, you're going to get more feedback on where they are. And that's not a downside to most people, then I believe. A lot of people are okay with it getting easier. I think a lot of players play on the Explorer difficulty and on the default difficulty. Now I'm hearing another call. There, it's over there. Let's check this one out. 350 meters away, 340, 360. So this is kind of just an example. You're just kind of hanging out. Before, you would never know these mule deer are over there, but now you do. So that's what kind of makes it a little easier. But it does. See, I'm gonna ignore them just because they're not in my direction. And now that you can hear a lot more of these animals, I just know I'm gonna encounter more. So, it's a little more stress-free sort of thing. But yeah, it does make it a bit easier. So if that's a negative to you, then well, it's gonna vary depending on the player base and who you are and all that sort of thing. But I think most people will like this change. The only other negative that I can really think of, I haven't tried it in Aurora Shores yet, but if you're in a rather busy part of the map, a busy area, apparently you can get quite a lot of calls and singing back and forth. Have wolves yelling at you here, and elk yelling at you over here, and moose calling for you over there, and you can get sort of. Maybe it'll start feeling like a bit like a zoo. So see, here's some more elk. 330 out. It's not. It does make it easier, but I mean they're still far enough away. I mean if you're really into the long distance rifle shooting, well I guess it's not really long distance, but it kind of opens that up a bit. But it's not like they're like right there. You still have to hunt them. It just gives you a bit more feedback and opportunity. It gives you a bit more, less downtime in the hunt, or at least there's more going on to keep your brain kind of active. Because I know there's mule over there, I know there's elk over there, I know there's elk over here, and it's just I wouldn't have known they were there before. See right there, I would have never seen these guys. So all of a sudden I can change my hunt and be like, well, these guys are walking away, so maybe I will turn around and go see those guys. Let's just zoom up here and see where did they go. I know the little cheaty photo camera here. But I use this these days. Oh, there. Sort of, just because I like it. It's easier to learn the game, and I do like doing a little cinematic view of the animals. And you can set up a few things, and I find it helps with the recording if I'm trying to show and explain what's going on. Anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked here on my explanation of why I kind of get into this. But I've got all the HunterSense sort of stuff turned off because I'm sort of playing. I'm wanting to go back into Ranger mode, but I'm not quite there yet. But I'm into sort of wanting to inspect visually the animals and get all the small little changes. I'm finding I'm quite out of shape with it because you get so used to just hunting the UI, the stars, that you get kind of out of practice with identifying the animals here. Sometimes it gets even hard to figure out which one's old, which ones are young. Looks like I got a few matures here. This guy's a big guy, so I might actually go for him here. But using this gives me some nice feedback here, like when the hunting pressure's on, things like that, and it makes sort of showing things in the video a bit easier. But you're sort of getting the downside now if it does bother you or not, because I do get several calls from the elk going on here, and these mule deer keep honking up in the back here, keep running away. But it doesn't really bother me. It's just because I don't mind listening to the animals. But that is a change to get used to. but you get a lot more feedback where they are. So that's, I mean, it sort of jury's out on exactly how good the change is. Did I alert him? I just alerted him. Yeah, so we're going to pause here because I'm getting close. I want to get that big guy. Yeah, that's kind of the downsides to it. There's positives are kind of what I've already gone over. You can just locate them easier, makes the game slightly easier. The range is the same for all animals, and yeah, see, now there's whitetail. Where'd they come from? The range is the same for all animals and all difficulty levels. That was part of the challenge, from my understanding, is when they wanted to implement this, because they couldn't change the distance that, I'm just going to say 375 meters, 380 meters. They couldn't change that per difficulty. It had to be the same across all of them. I guess that's just how the engine's built. So, I mean, in a perfect kind of setup, I think Explorer difficulty would get this big long range, and then they would narrow it down the more difficulty you go up. But I guess they can't make that change. So they sort of had to pick a balance here at what more players would like more. So that's sort of some of their thinking behind it. And but the other benefit to it, and one of the main reasons that they made this change, here you are, is not so clear. Once I understood that the change was intentional, early but intentional, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? This is going to make hunting in the wooded areas like this much easier, because it's going to have the side effect of not spooking animals unintentionally, like spooking animals that were not there. So it's kind of hard to explain. But ever since the game came out, there's been one huge common complaint about a lot of players, not all of them, but it's been a pretty constant one, is when you're hunting in these wooded areas, you'll be walking along or sneaking along, you know, singing your song, and all of a sudden you'll spook animals you never knew were there. And it's not a great feeling. Basically, the answer some people are, slow down, you know, treat it more like real hunting, and that's all good and everything like that, but they got to focus on the majority of people too. And the problem with that is, like, spooking animals you never knew were there, the feeling the player gets is that they never had a chance. Like, it was just a 0% chance of hunting these guys. And it's not like it happened once in a while. It was, and it still does happen a lot. It happens a lot. You're spooking animals in these forested areas, and what happens is people just get pushed out to the open areas and the fields and the waterways. But what this does now, and this is their thinking, is since you have a greater range that they can call to, as you can see here, like the elk that were back here, if the player knows that they're in the vicinity, then you can adjust your approach. And as long as you know that they're there, if you end up spooking them, then the feeling of that you didn't have a chance is removed. Then you knew they were there, you knew you could set up an approach to them, you knew they were in the area, you had a shot at it, right? So it removes that feeling of just not, you know, of it being completely unfair to the player. Now, I sort of paraphrase this a lot on the explanation from the developers, but that's my take on it. And people were wondering, like, how does that help the reduction in the spooking? But that's how it is. If there's more distance you can hear them, the higher the chance is you're going to detect that they're in the area, and you can adjust accordingly. Whereas before, you could get within 180 meters of them with them never calling. And these guys on hunter difficulty, and even down on adventure difficulty, like you're sort of seeing before, they were alerting about 160 meters out or so on a crouch, and you spook them and never know. So, you know, it's not like a direct fix, but it's I think it will improve that. Now, here's the big guy. I know I'm talking a lot, but these days with all these changes with the game starting to happen, I kind of want to give people a heads up on it, because if you're not in the Discord and you're not, like, right on the ball, there's no way that there's no way for people to hear this info and reasoning of the developers and why they're doing things and what's happening. Because it's only in the Discord. It's very, and you got to really kind of catch it or look back in the history. So I like to sort of get that out to people so they know, because I know a lot of people don't hang out in there. And there's just no other way for you to know. Like, there's no other way. Like, console players are a lot. They're not in the Discord a whole lot. Things like that. And there's just no way, right? So, yeah, I kind of enjoy paying attention to all that sort of news and trying to get out there, just because I know there's no other source for it, really. And that's about as accurate as explanation as I can get for you know, the developers thinking behind this. Now, why this change snuck in early, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. I think I applied hunter pressure to them, so they might be moving out. Hard to tell. I got too much. I want this guy. And we're going to rifle him. Now, is that actually my range? 80? Or get the tree. Tricky, because I only got the... I think I did apply hunting pressure to them, or they just alerted them. No, I didn't. Okay, so no hunting pressure applied. You can tell because they've gone laid down again. Yeah, that's one other thing I want to get to. I want to get back to videos where I just kind of hunt and sort of explain to the viewer what's going on. I mean, if you're used to if you've been around the channel for a while, you're going to be familiar with all that. Look at this. I can't barely even move with these guys. Oh, here it comes. We're gonna remember what my 7mm is on. Oh, you little bugger there walking away. 200. Oh, you sneaky. Can I sneak it through these sticks here? Out of the way, you. Good. I think... Oh, no. You know what? I can't tell. Is that... No, I don't think that's kill shot. Darn it. Well, that's what happens when you bring a 7mm to an elk fight. I've been getting a little overconfident with the 7mm. I've been hunting moose with it, and I haven't done a failed shot yet. So they've all been single lung, single shot. Taking them out, even with the crossbow, I've been doing quite well. That guy was quartering away pretty heavily. So, but yeah, getting a little overconfident with my little 7mm here. Yeah, so I wanna, like I was saying, I wanna get back to just doing like normal little hunts, sort of talking through it. Some of it be repetitive, just because I have a lot of videos out there, and there's been a lot that have been hanging around for quite some time. But repeat info is okay, and there's new people all the time, right? And it helps to explain basically what's going on. So basically that was just too heavy. Oh, wait. No. Wait. It is pink. Look at that. I'm just going colorblind. It seemed too small for me. One other thing I noticed with this update, so you see how it's spread around too much? I don't know if it caught on video a second ago, but the actual square, there it is. The actual cube's showing up now. If you're at a certain distance back. I know it's not a big thing. I can't seem to get it to go again. But you'll actually see the square texture. You've sort of seen it there with it, so that'll be a new thing. But, oh, look at that, though. He's a big guy down. Pink blood. 7mm. Heavy quarter away. My confidence can stay intact. I'm actually quite excited for the console players and people that don't have access to the developer build to try this change. The update, you know, never really had anything too exciting to it. It's a quality of life one. It has the lure pathfinding stuff, calling the animals in, the change with the crossbow, which is alright. It's just not a huge change that I don't think many players will utilize. I'm kind of glad this one snuck in. Because this is fairly game-changing, how the game feels, how active you are in the hunt. And I'm sort of excited for people to try it out, actually, because it sort of breathed a whole, like, not a whole new life, but a bit new excitement in the game for me. Just because there's so much more activity now, and everything just feels a little different. And so I'm kind of excited for that. And I've lost this elk trail. Where did they go? But I do know specifically some PlayStation 5 players have put the game down that I've heard of over the time because of the the bugs and things like that, and some of them put the game down because of the audio issue, and one of them is Huntress Gaming. She did YouTube content for the game for quite some time off the PlayStation, and then I know she encountered some sound issues where it wasn't working anymore. I don't quite understand the entire issue, but since this patch now has a sound change to it, like an update to it, I'm wondering if that's going to fix that problem, if anybody else is having it. There's been a few audio adjustments, so if the bugs you're having was due to audio stuff, this is tweaked, like the directional stuff. It's added additional sounds. It's increased the sound detection range. You might want to actually check out the game after the update eventually comes out. And lately with the videos, it's there's been a lot going on, so I've been talking a lot about the updates, testing some stuff out. Very seldom. I started with just doing basic hunts and trying to learn the game and trying to help people out, but lately it's been, I feel like I talk a lot more than I used to. I'm not sure, I probably still talk the same, like the amount, but it feels like, I'm talking a bit more, and then I'm like making these videos either about testing things or sort of like the news and this sort of thing, like the last video, some of the concerns I have, kind of like just like a community discussion, news discussion sort of thing, and I get done the video and I'm like, oh man, I talk a lot about nothing and go in circles the whole time. But I'm like, I don't know if I should post the video, but then the comments come back and a lot of people say, no, keep doing the testing, we like the research, we like the news, we like the updates, keep doing what you're doing, keep on keeping on, kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to do some more like normal hunts, get back to sort of newer player kind of guides. I know that's, I'm kind of hesitant because if you've been watching the channel for a while, it might be like repeat stuff, but that's, people are coming and going all the time, and I do want to sort of just go through it because I've learned so much about the game. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting PhD level here soon on some of this stuff, but it's so challenging to completely figure out. I gotta pick this guy up though. I keep looking at him here and talking. Let's see what he scores. Since I don't have any feedback on him, I don't actually know. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. I just don't know. Is he past 3-star? I don't think he's like. They all look really big, but I don't know, 3-star or something? I don't know. That's what I want to do. I want to kind of get rid of the UI stuff and get better at guessing visually here. So let's take a look here. Look at that 7mm shot. That is even heavier quarter than I thought. So people always wonder what rifle to bring. What should I do? I hear a lot of people bring in the 300 in the monoblock. I'm like, what? The 300 in the monoblock? You only need one of those. The monoblock can do it all, or the 300 can do it all. You don't need both of them. I have the 7mm and the crossbow. So, but anyways, but I get it. You want to, if you're either learning the game, which that makes complete sense, or if you don't want, you don't want the stress of, having to track the animal down too much. I do understand that, bringing the stronger rifles with you, but I do want people to know that 7mm, things like that, if you want the challenge, if you don't want to, be stressing out which rifle to bring the one you think you like. Even the 7mm can take down tier 6, and it's a good way to learn the game. 67%, so of course 3 stars. Look at that. Hey, I did guess the 3-star. Okay, then let's inspect him here. That's what I thought. I didn't think he was quite large enough. From the distance, through the trees, you're like thinking, oh, he's getting pretty big there, but he would have never hit 4 stars, so that was good. I'm kind of wondering about his age. People ask about this. I always check the weight to the age, and there's some confusion over that. I've sort of talked a lot in the video, but a lot of things I'm not really going to get into it too much. I am going to check the age on this guy just because I'm curious. 472, and it's 373. Look at the money, 800. Awesome. All right, 472. So we're just going to. I'm just curious. Just curious how old that guy actually was, so I know what they look like, and if he's in the final stages or not. 472. Where are you here? Rocky Mountain Elk. Okay, nope. So you can pretty much do the age and find it in the range and match it up in here, and it pretty much works. Some people get confused with the high fitness. They're supposed to be heavier, but it is relatively linear, but there is some fluctuation here. It's basically just a guide. 472, 3-star. You know, he would have been 11 or so. Remember, there's 3 days in between each year here, so each year's got 1/3, so he can be somewhere in there. I'm gonna guess, you know, he's 11.5 or something like that. Maybe earlier a bit, but yeah, there we go. Just kind of curious. So he was old. He didn't have a whole lot of in-game days left. Well, I haven't made it too far up in the White Pine Orchard. I started here. Yep, that's all I've done. That's normally what happens. So I can either check out the lake, but nobody's going to be drinking there. It's pretty much rest time for everybody. So I will continue on north and just see. Let's see what we see here. Another positive to this change is, oh, there we go. Now I can't tell the directions very well yet. Look at that, 370 meters. So that's the maximum range there. I think it's 375. Because I think what they did was they took the spotting range at 275 and just added 100 meters to it. Because I think that's what the audio was before, but I'm not sure. Anyways, you won't see at least I haven't seen a 400 meter one yet. This is the biggest range I've seen, 360 to 380. And I wonder if I can plot that on the map. Can I get 330 on here? Let's just try here. Where did I land? Okay, no, not there. Remove it. How do I remove it? Did they change the button? No, I wasn't on it. 330 here. Close enough. Okay, so they're a little further out from that little blue mark there. So yeah, so you can see how that's easier. But what also is nicer is you don't have to hunt the need zone so much. Before I was so focused on need zones and planning the route through them and the times and everything like that. With this change, more freedom. More freedom, since you can just sort of pick an area you like to walk through, and you're bound to hear a call now. So at least, you know, you'll get something. If you just want to do a casual, you know, walking simulator through the woods, here's a perfect example. I haven't focused on any need zones. I'm just like, I'm going to walk through White Pine Orchard, and I'm going to hear things. And, yeah, and then I can choose to go after them. I don't, you know, before, as soon as you see an animal, you're like, oh, I'm going to have to get them because it might be the only thing I see. Now you know, kind of surrounded, I can sort of pick and choose a little bit. Again, some people won't like the easier kind of part to this, but I think the majority will, just in my opinion. Now, I don't know if my opinion, of course, will change or not, but right now, I am very positive on this change. It's just smooth. A reserve feels more alive. There's more activity. Things like that. So, but I've also been embracing the video game side of things, of the game. When I started it, I was very like, I'm gonna do Ranger and only Ranger, and then I moved down to Hunter because I'm like, oh, the game's really designed for HunterSense. And then it just kind of went from there. Over time, I just become more flexible. And again, like this camera drone here, I like using it in my own hunts, but sometimes not so much. But for video, I think it just makes for a better video, and you can do nice little cinematic things like this, watching the animals come in. And it helps, we have limited optics in the game, right? So it can be very challenging to see the details up close, and I really like to figure this out. So, which one's the young skin? Are these guys young? Because he's got barely any antlers on him. I think he's young. He's the young one, right? And then this guy, ooh, this guy, is that the mature skin? I think that's the mature one. There should be an adult one in the middle. Like this guy. So that guy is young too, right? Let's just speed it up a little bit. I'm trying to learn the fur. So this guy's mature. So he's going to be the target. This is a low fit herd, it would seem. And then, oh, there's a river off in the side there. So this is kind of cool. They're going to be walking right by me. But we're going to want this guy. Whoop, way too fast. So yeah, these guys are a low fit herd, but yeah, I really enjoy just checking out the animals there. Doing the old cinematic pan, seeing the animations. Checking them out like I had really good binoculars. Look at them. That's pretty cool. So we'll get out of that because I'm going to lose them. We're gonna need range because I'm gonna try and crossbow. So I'm picking up the sticks, right? No, I'm not. Is it really that close? Come on and stop in a nice spot. That's not bad. And he's really journeying around though. How come you're in such a hurry, buddy? So he's 40 out. Crossbow up. Oop, I'm stuck on a tree. Where is he? Wind's going at him. That's not you. He's right here. Darn sticks. They're smelling me. Hunting pressure's gonna go. They're gonna start turning away from me. Probably. Maybe. Oh my... Yeah. What not to do with the crossbow. Right there. Such a small gap. Big delay in the bolt flying. Oh, that was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't know. Maybe I knocked out intestines or something? Where is he here? What's the splatter look like? Animal survived. Darn it. Yep. Yep. No need to go into explanation there. The actions speak for themselves. What not to do. I do want to get him though. With crossbow shots, they definitely spook less far. They do not run as far. So I'm going to hope, because I wasn't really paying attention to where they ran. They're going to be going with the wind though. Let's just see if I can locate them. I'm no doubt going to be getting other calls here while I'm looking. Well, I flew the photo drone around quite a bit. I can't detect them. There's mule deer somewhere over there. Do they just run this way? Alright, come on there, new game mechanic. Let's get the whitetail call here. So that's the mule deer, 200 meters northeast. So I guess I'll head that way just so I can at least hunt something else. But, not sure where the whitetail went. I've been really thinking of taking a swing at ranger mode now with these audio changes, get my headphones back on. But I still have some hurdles to get over to get back to it. Oh, we got stick snapping 150. The hurdles are this. One, I can't really wear headphones all the time due to the sort of the living situation I'm in. Mainly to do with children. If one of them, I record at night or early morning, so if one of them, you know, wakes up or has trouble or something like that, I have to be able to hear. Where's that? Oh, here they are. Let's go that way. Yeah, the headphone thing gets me. So I need these kind of audio bubbles, and of course Ranger doesn't have it. The other thing is, see, I'm okay with the tracking the blood without the glows. That's not a big thing. What were my objections? I'm trying to remember now. These audio bubbles. There's one. Oh, see, I don't necessarily like cheating with the photo cam, but that's, I mean, like I was saying before, I do like the ability to learn more about the AI and to, you know, well, this is kind of hunting cheating, but I like observing what they're doing and just sort of enjoying that part of the game. That's pretty much the same group. It gives you a good idea so you can figure out the approach and what they're doing, and if I put hunting pressure on them and stuff like that. So I still kind of want that just because it's become part of how I enjoy the game, and of course Ranger mode's got it heavily limited. The other part is I'm not sure I have the patience for it. It takes a good deal of patience in Ranger because there's a lot more spooking going on and everything. It is very rewarding and it's a lot of freedom. But I can sort of simulate the same feeling with this adventure mode and keep myself from going crazy. So, is that the material there? I'm pretty sure it is. But of course, we'll go fly and see. Pretty sure this is the same group. This is where they spooked to. Yeah, that's him in the back. Oh, can you hear that? I think that's new. The who's on the rocks? I don't know if that comes through or not. Somebody walk. Yeah, you're getting... I don't remember that before. Was that there before? I don't think it was. I know they added sounds to animals, and I think that was one of them. And there was several animals that they did. Alright, this guy's got a sore behind here. So what we will do is, should I try and do another crossbow shot? I could just call him in, right? Oh, is that the, oh, I've got to check this out. Is that the crossbow bolt? Can I see it from here? Yep. It's going to be hard to see on the video probably, but I can do the old cheaty field of view zoom. There it is, poking out of his... It's in his tail! Did you see that? The bolt waving around in his tail. Oh, poor guy. Shot him in the tail. There's one other thing I noticed. I might not be able to demonstrate it though. I don't know if the model changed or it's just me not noticing. But with the white-tailed deer, when they go alert, like they're supposed to, their little their tails all stick up, and that makes sense. Like that's what they're supposed to be. But I don't remember if they did that before. They probably did. And when new updates come out, I'm always thinking, is that new or not new? But if I alert them, all their... Here, maybe I'll show you. I'm pretty sure that was in there before. Can I alert you guys? Here, I'll just jog a little bit. Their tails all go up in unison. How am I getting this close by jogging? Come on, guys. Whoa, was that an alert? No, he's calm. Oh, and there's some elk beyond there. How are you guys not going alert? Oh, there. See? That was there before, though, right? They're... Like, I know it's supposed to be going, but for some reason I don't remember their tails sticking up when they went alert. But I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I don't know. For some reason it caught me off guard, and I'm just like, oh. And anyways, it's funny because when the alert phase ends, the tails all drop at once. Yeah, hello guys. Where's the guy? Oh, is that his antlers? I think that's his antlers over the rock. There you go. All drop. Go back and eat. We're all good. Nothing to see here. Alright, should I try another crossbow shot? Oh, look at the heavy wind though. Oh, no, I alerted them again. The one guy I want is behind the rock. There, go bring your buddy out, will you? Oh, here. Oh no, he's pacing right behind the rock. there's the bolt. Oh, now the bolt's floating in the air. It was actually in his tail. Oh, he's walking away. Oopsie daisy. I bothered them too much here. Be like Robin Hood and shoot the bolt. Could try, I'll probably just flesh wound him here. I could try the rear leg artery shot. Okay, rear leg artery shot it is. Alright. Let's go check on that. The tried and true rear leg artery shot. Only can be done in Way of the Hunter. Maybe? Let's see. I don't know. What do we got? Okay. It's red, medium. So wait, you know what? I don't know if that's flesh or artery. That's probably flesh. So I probably missed the artery. So this means he's gonna run for quite some time. Oh, here he is. He did not get that far. Oh, there's the... Oh, now that looks like the bolt's like in his bum there. But it's actually like a shot into the tail. So, here is where I say, yes, I hit the artery just how I planned. Perfectly aimed. And then, let's just find out here. What do we got? Oh no, it's all flesh, yep. Oh no, it doesn't show the second shot in the first one. What a horrible shot. See, it wasn't in the tail though, but the animation was... Oh, it almost fleshed him. In the one single shot, look at that. Oh! Cavity damage on the artery, I didn't hit it. Oh yeah, I was too far left. See what I was trying to do there though? You can pull that off. You have to sort of get a good feel for how deep in the arteries are, and it helps if you're directly behind. So when you're directly behind and you know you can't do the Texas heart shot or anything like that, you can offset to the side and hit one of these arteries, and that is an actual option you can do in the game. But you have to know how far out to aim, right? Pretty tricky. Anyways, yep, so that will be... wait, what killed the guy? Uh-oh. Bug? Bug. There is no death, no damage bar filled all the way. Uh-oh. Alright. I will be screenshotting that. Alright, I think 45 minutes is pretty much my new max on my videos. I think the file size just gets a bit too large. I actually don't want to go above 40 minutes, really. So anyways, we'll call it there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your hunt. Hopefully the update will come out sooner rather than later. So, like always, thanks a bunch for watching. Happy hunting, everyone. Take care.